I see people all the time. I come off and have to pull a wheel back, and they're still turning left because they're looking out here on the track. Okay, forget about that. Watch where you're going. You know, you got to watch where you're going. There's no way we're getting on the track here. We're not doing it until we get straight down here. So forget about it. Watch where you're going. Once I do get straightened out, okay, I'm going to shift down in fourth gear. I can see in my mirrors, nothing coming. Start blending up onto the track. And somewhere down here, I'm going to intersect with my lane. These yellow marks, stay between them, and if you connect the dots lengthwise, there's your lane. Okay. Like I said, they don't move. They're the same place every lap, so don't be looking at these. Look at where you're going. These are reference marks only, just reference marks. As you come off of turn 4, you'll probably have to actually steer the car back to the outside a little. Otherwise, it'll drive you right to the grass. That's not where we run. We run up here. Okay? That's why I said you've got to drive the car. Don't let it drive you. And at first glance, it may seem like you're lifting a little early there, but you'll be surprised once you get out here. Let the car do its thing. You're running faster than you think you are, nearly always. So trust what we've done here. Trust our hearts. It'll work for you. If you're not accustomed to driving 100+ miles an hour every day, judgment calls, depth perception, braking distances, things like that, my car's not going to save you from that. You still got to drive within your ability, okay? But if you're smooth and consistent, that will equal speed, and you'll be surprised what's going on at the end of the session. As I said, if you treat the track like it's covered with ice, and drive it accordingly, you won't have any problem. Everything you do needs to be done very smooth, very fluid, very effortless. Here's the lift cone for the backstretch. When I get to that cone, it should be enough throttle. That doesn't mean you run to the cone and you jump off the throttle. If you do, it's the same thing as putting brakes on. There's enough gearing in this car. If you jump off the throttle that quickly, it's just like hitting a brake. And that upsets the weight balance. And that becomes an unsafe issue then. So again, I know where the cone is, and I'm judging my distance so that when I'm there, I'm off the throttle. And now I'm rolling, freewheeling down to the corner. For purposes of making a lap, you shouldn't have to use the brake. If you need to use a brake, by all means, it's there, use it. You know, but if you're lifting where you should, I mean, where you're supposed to, you should not be. When I talk about lift off the throttle or rolling off the throttle, that's what I mean. Leave your foot anchored on the floor of the car or against the transmission tunnel. It gives your foot a nice resting place, like taking a picture and leaning against a tree or something. It steadies you, okay, and it allows you to be smooth on and smooth off the throttle. These cars have a lot of horsepower. You jump on the throttle, it can be a handful. Okay? Again, how do you drive on ice and snow? Very gently. And you can see this turn gets tighter and tighter and tighter the further you get into it. That's again why we have our lift cone where it is. The main thing I want you to notice is there's not a lot of steering going here. I'm just guiding the car around. That's all it takes in a race car. In the corners, you're only trying to maintain speed. You're not accelerating. If you accelerate in the middle of these turns, two things are happening. The rear wheels want to go straight. Front wheels are trying to turn, and what are you doing? You're binding the car up, and it really becomes an unsafe issue there. So again, let the car freewheel through the corners. I'm giving just enough throttle to keep up the speed I'm running. If I'm accelerating it, do it coming off the corner. If I'm making a pass, a slow car is going to move to the inside. The pass is done in the groove. Never pass around to the left here. see the rhythm we got going on here? You know, it's just on and off, on and off. And the smoother you can be with it, the better car's going to drive for you. Now these cones come up on you pretty quickly, but again, you've got to keep mental pace with the action. If you can't, you're going too fast. You need to slow down. Alright, when I get the indication to come in, I'm going to get at the start-finish line. The instructor's going to give me one to go. Until I get to the backstretch, nothing changes. Maintain your line, keep your speed, everything's the same. He's just letting you know this is your last lap when you come out of turn 2. Rather than going to the outside, you come out the center of the track. Center of the corner. And then I start slowing down, get the car under control. Put the car between the cone and the wall. Once I come off the track, bump it under gear, neutral. And just free wheel back around pit road. Again, just like you exited, come up in the center of pit road. And someone will be down here showing you where to park. Wherever you park, when you park, leave your wheels straight. The steering wheel comes off these cars just to make it easy to get in and out. And if you come in with the wheel all turned around, it just takes time to get everything synced up again. Make sense?